Hello, I'm here to give you a visual financial overview of the College Pro franchise. I'm going to shoot this in two segments. The first is going to be a pre-summer segment, and the second will be a during the summer financial overview of the franchise. So let me start by first explaining kind of what we have set up in front of you. So to illustrate the financials, what we've done is set up a series of vases, each representing a different expense in the College Pro franchise, which I'll explain. And then we have candy, which is set up into piles currently of 100 pieces, so that we can easily demonstrate where all of the different pieces of candy in this case, or the different dollars in each job would go for the work that you do in your business. So let me first explain the vases that we have, and I'm going to start on the left. The left represents the bank. So the bank is where franchisees will keep their money, not necessarily profit, not necessarily expenses. It's more of a holding tank for money as you work through your business. The next vase is personal expenses. This represents any money that would be taken from the business to pay for personal expenses such as rent, car payments, cell phone, etc. Next jar over is overhead. Now the overhead jar, I have two lines. The bottom line, the lower line I should say, is represents the College Pro cash flowed overhead. So to explain what that is, I'm going to turn to the flip chart. So the College Pro cash flowed overhead items are listed on this flip chart. The first one is TLS, $975. Painter Fund, which is $300. Marketing Fund, which is $1,000. C-Power at $400. Business Kit is $1,050 plus shipping. And cold call cash flow. That's any money that College Pro is cash flowing for you to pay cold callers for lead generation. Now back to the vase, the top line represents total overhead. So when you look at total overhead in the business, that also includes these items, which can be a truck, ladders, if you need those items, a cell phone, additional marketing not paid through College Pro, gas, oil change maintenance on the vehicle, crew kits, which are the kits that you will get as franchisees to pass on to your painters so that they can have the materials that they need to paint a job this summer. And there can be any number of other overhead expenses depending on your situation and your franchise. Moving on, profit is the next jar. That, as you see in the demonstration, will be where the money goes once it's actually been realized as profit in the business. Next we have paint. Paint on average represents about 10 to 12% of a franchise, or of each job rather, that you produce this year. So that's saying that 10 to 12% of each project is going to be allocated towards paint. The next is insurance and warranty. For percentages, insurance is 3.6%, warranty is between 4.4 and 4.5. For this exercise, we lump them together, and we'll use 8% as the average rate. Now these expenses are paid to College Pro, and then to our insurance provider. Next jar is labor, and labor represents anywhere between 28 and 32% on average, or what we aim to produce in labor, and that would include workers' compensation and employer liability insurance. And the final vase on the right is royalty and rebate. As a first-year manager, your royalty is 20% up to $70,000. Between $70,000 and $125,000, it is 14%. From $125,000 to $225,000, it drops to 9%, and anything above $225,000, the royalty is 3%. Rebate for a first-year manager is 5% of the business. So I lump those together. The rebate, as you likely are aware, you have the opportunity to earn that back by reaching certain criteria, which I'll explain as we get into the financial demonstration.